Hello and welcome. You might have found out now that Paul O'Keefe is suing Karen Reed and a couple of bars for emotional distress. I want to bring you the hypocrisy here. What about Paul O'Keefe's victim? For you who don't know, 2020, Paul O'Keefe, drunk in his car and hit someone. That someone severely injured. So him suing somebody for emotional distress, well, maybe his emotional distress should be over what he himself did. Maybe it's the guilt that is the emotional distress. Let's check here. Dun, dun, dun. Incident report. Victim 1 was traveling south on Bedford Street. Victim 2 was in the northbound of V1, V2, was on the northbound lane turning left into Joe Gas on Bedford Street. V2 turned left in front of V1, failing to yield right of way. This caused V1 to strike V2 and caused V1 to veer off the roadway and crashing through the large electronical Joe's Gas business sign. Operator of V1 sustained serious injuries and was transported to Good Samaritan Hospital. Operator of V2 sustained no injuries and was placed under arrest. Operator of V2 received Massachusetts uniform citation, blah, blah, blah. V1 sustained heavy front end damage. Vehicle. V2 sustained heavy damage to the front passenger side. Both vehicles were towed from the scene by Midtown Towing. And here is from Patrolman Andrew Severquist. 2020, 10/11. Officer Andrew was assigned to uniform patrol in fully marked Lakeville Unit, Bedford Street by Lakeville Unit 164. Blah, 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 blah. Received reporting a two-car motor vehicle accident on Bedford Street. Officer Norcross, and this is him narrating. Officer Norcross and I responded to the scene. Sergeant Pacheco, Officer Taille, and Captain Joyce were reported to also be responding. While responding to the scene, Officer Norcross called over the road radio that he would be performing a quote-unquote C-spine on one entrapped operator. Should be noted, Bedford Street is a public way owned and maintained by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. On the scene, I checked on the injured operator, later identified as Carl Prather. This is Paul O'Keefe's victim, who was operating that vehicle, the victim. While Officer Norcross was administrating care to Prather, he stated, quote, unquote, that effort turned right in front of me. Prather appeared to be in excruciating pain and complained of neck pain and loss of feeling in his extremities. Prather's vehicle had heavy front end damage and came to rest after striking the mobile gas sign. While Officer Norcross administrating care to Prather, I asked who was operating the second vehicle. A Paul O'Keefe raised his hand and stated in a slurred, confused manner, quote unquote, I was. O'Keefe was operating this vehicle, which was facing westbound on the southbound land of travel. His vehicle sustained heavy front passenger side damage, appearing to be totaled. I asked O'Keefe to detail what happened, to which he stated, quote unquote, I was driving this way and turned into here. He just hit me. I asked O'Keefe if he was injured and needed medical attention. He stated, quote unquote, no, I'm fine. I didn't get hurt. I don't know if Paul O'Keefe talks this way. I don't care. With Sergeant Pacheco of Tete and Captain Joyce now on scene, I returned to my cruiser to report the vehicles to dispatch. At this time, Lakeville Fire arrived on scene and provided high-level care to Prather. I returned to O'Keefe and asked him to detail the events. As O'Keefe was speaking, I detected a moderate odor of an alcoholic beverage coming from his person. I was unable to detect this at first due to my face mask covering my mouth and nose. When I returned, my mask had slid down my face, exposing my nose. While speaking with O'Keefe, I observed that he was wavering from side to side, appearing to have difficulty maintaining his balance. I also observed his eyes to be bloodshot and glassy. When O'Keefe would blink, he would open and close his eyes slowly and delayed. I asked O'Keefe where he was coming from, to which he stated in a slurred, thick-tongued manner, quote unquote, "I came from LeBaron County Club after golfing." As O'Keefe spoke, I identified the odor of alcoholic beverage was coming from his mouth. The LeBaron Hill Country Club is a golf club that has a bar and serves alcohol. I asked him if he had any alcohol beverages while he was golfing, to which he stared at me blankly for a few moments before stating, quote unquote, yeah, I had 3, in a slurred manner. I asked him what kind of alcoholic beverage did he have, to which he stated in a slow, confused manner, quote unquote, beer? Due to the moderate odor of an alcoholic beverage, his slurred and confused speech, bloodshot and glassy eyes, and obvious lack of balance, I asked if he would perform a few roadside assessments to determine if it was okay to drive. O'Keefe stated, quote unquote, yeah, sure, in a slurred manner. Now, folks, if you listen to the DUI Guy Plus, Larry, just a general remark. You don't have to do this. But in this case, I'm glad Paul did. Where were we? Well, he failed his roadside, and yeah, he failed it hard. And well, this is a very comprehensive, very, very comprehensive report. Actually, it's really, really well written. Now, for you who don't know, Paul was bailed out by Karen Reed. She cared enough about him to bail him out. But Paul O'Keefe, a drunk driver hurting another person severely, is now suing Karen Reed for emotional distress. And I find it so hypocritical by that alone. I'm not even going into the Karen Reed case and the facts around that. My point here is Paul O'Keefe is a hypocrite. Complete hypocrite. And if you want to, I can cover the lawsuit with my usual snark. I can fill in with more about his victims' injuries. But when push comes to shove, Paul O'Keefe, sit down. Shut up. That's it. Okay, thank you all for listening in. If you want more information, subscribe, thumbs up, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, see ya. Bye.